for taking time out of your busy schedules to learn a little bit more about the University of Akron. Here some good updates from myself and also a great colleague of mine from the Williams Honors College. Just want to be respectful of everyone's time, so we'll get started. I'm sure some more people are going to be popping in here shortly. So I'm just going to, screen's already up. There's the agenda for the day, right? We're going to do the general welcome, and then we're going to get started with moving everything else along. Just to give you a quick update about the College Credit Plus is that the approval did go through to extend some of the more relaxed guidelines for admission for the following year. And so students just have to fill out the application on the website. High school transcript needs to be submitted. The thing that's not going to change is a cumulative 3.0 GPA. So a student must have at least a 3.0 cumulative GPA to be admitted to College Credit Plus. The ACT, SAT test optional component, though, is going to extend through 2022. They still will need that signature page as well and talk to you guys and get all the good permission. Just so you know, admission does not guarantee enrollment into a specific college course. They still have to take the placement testing or have that appropriate ACT or SAT score. So students, we might run into that situation where they have the 3.0, but then they take the placement test and they don't test high enough into their class. So that's just gonna be a conversation that has to happen with some students. If you have any questions about that, more in depth, of course, visit the CCP website through the Akron homepage or email Greg Landis or Greg Derringer, the Gregs. They'll be sure to take care of everyone and your students. Just to highlight some more of those things that are still in place for affordability, students from the state of Ohio will automatically be enrolled in our UA tuition guarantee program. So that's where we lock in their tuition and fees for 8 semesters or 4 years. Also automatically consider for that Akron Guarantee Scholarship. Our out-of-state students automatically consider for that Akron Advantage Award, which helps eliminate that out-of-state surcharge, and then that December 1st Early App Scholarship. So students that applied to the University of Akron and submitted their FAFSA by December 1st will automatically receive that $500 for their freshman year. A lot of questions that we're getting from students and families on when will they get that $500. It's going to be included in their financial aid award summary that in their offer that will be received in February. And there's still more scholarships to apply for. Underrepresented student scholarship, that committee is meeting continuously and awarding those scholarships for up to $3,500 per year on top of everything else. The academic colleges also have their own awards. I know the College of Business just opened up, as well as the College of Engineering. So those are 2 great ones that they are always asking for more candidates to give money to. So that's always a good problem to have is to have more money left over to give to students. So encourage your students who are interested in the College of Business or Engineering to look for those. Of course, the private name scholarship application is out there, and then the Choose Ohio First STEM program as well. All of our scholarships are listed at uakron.edu/scholarships, and so please feel free to send that out to anyone that is looking for additional dollars here at UA. We still are offering a lot of different opportunities for students to learn more about campus. So we are hosting in-person visits. The last one is next Friday. So a couple more sessions available for students and families to sign up for. We will then pick them back up hopefully in that mid-January time once we come back from winter break. Those are going to be very small group visits though. It's usually 1 student and a guest. So typically a parent or guardian will join them. And then we kind of limit the number of folks that are able to register. We are offering virtual sessions though all the way through December 22nd. So maybe around that time when students are out of classes but are still looking to get some more information about UA, just know that we have those posted to the website as well. There will be more information on the Williams Honors College, which is a great one to check out, a campus tour, stuff about just general admissions things, a student panel, a diversity panel. So we have some great stuff that's already scheduled. There's also a couple for the College of Engineering that are currently getting posted. Also, I have a lot of different sessions about getting additional financial assistance. So there's one on December 16th at 7 p.m. The last one that we had a couple weeks ago had over 100 students and families joining us. So we are very excited about that. It's a really good in-depth look about scholarships at the University of Akron, but also some helpful tips on how to submit the FAFSA. Our Office of Student Financial Aid is also offering individual virtual appointments for families who may need some additional kind of assistance going through the FAFSA process. So on that scholarship page that I mentioned earlier, all the way at the bottom, it says request an individual appointment. So please feel free to include that if any students or families need help, and that's whether they're interested in the University of Akron or just in general need that additional assistance. Some important dates that are coming up. As of today, we are still continuing to accept new applications, and we are continuing to waive that $50 application fee automatically for students that are applying for this spring, the summer, or the upcoming fall 2021. Of course, we're going to talk about the Honors College deadlines here in a couple minutes, and just know that the housing contract will become available for students that have already confirmed their enrollment on Saturday, January 23rd at 9 a.m. So already some things to look forward to through this process. Some other general UA updates. So I know we shared this the last time, the College of Business Speaker Series. I actually got an email from the coordinator of that program. He's like, no one's asked for us to come talk to them yet. So they are very hopeful and excited to connect with your teachers and your students, offering any additional assistance that they could. So on that counselor webpage that we send out to you after this session, please feel free to share that link, that Qualtrics link to the survey to get a speaker to come to your school. Please feel free to share that with any teachers or your principals or anything like that. Post on staff pages. That'd be great. They just want to make sure that they are serving the community as best they can. And there's a couple different sessions, so it's not just the College of Business or talking about marketing or accounting or stuff like that. Those are available, but there are some general ones in there as well for anyone that may need that. As I kind of alluded to earlier, we anticipate financial award offers being sent out in that mid-February time. So hopefully those students and families that submitted their FAFSA by December 1st, and as long as they're not selected for verification, they'll be in that first round of financial aid packages. A couple rounds of letters have gone out for the holistic review process. So, as we've discussed in the past, those students that may not meet that direct GPA and ACT score criteria, their applications are put on hold, and then their file is submitted to the admissions review committee. In talking to them actually just this morning, they mentioned like they're looking for ways to admit students. So I know in the past it kind of felt like looking for ways to deny students, and really the change has happened with the direction of the new leadership of looking for ways to admit students. So really, especially during this time when transitioning from in-person to online courses and students having difficulty with that, if that's the one of the main reasons that has led to a lower GPA, the committee wants to know that. So just a quick personal kind of statement, essay, maybe like a one-pager from this student or a personal recommendation from you all would definitely help the committee kind of paint that full picture, knowing that students aren't just the name and the number, want to make sure that we're doing what's in the best interest of them. And of course, we continue to just want to know what we can do to help you, your students, the families in your communities. If you do have any ideas of maybe some particular Zoom sessions that we could host for students or families, whether that again is UA content or just general content on how to write an essay for college, or the college planning process for undergraduate students at this point, that would be great feedback to have. So please feel free to email myself or Bree, or respond to that email that we send you after that follow-up email. And if you do have an idea on a session, that would be amazing for families or students that can help them through the college search process. If you do have any other questions though after today, please feel free to email myself or Bree, or respond to any of the emails that we send you guys. We appreciate that. And then after today, you will be receiving that follow-up email with the link to the website, letting you know the recordings is posted, as well as the PowerPoints from today. Also, and there will be a separate section about the financial aid assistance that I talked about, the general session that's happening in a couple weeks, as well as the individual appointment offerings. So please feel free to take that, copy and paste that to a Google Classroom or your school's website, anything like that, just as another resource for students and families. With that, of course, I have to say thank you and go Zips. And then I'll unshare my screen. Sarah will come on camera and take it away for us.
Thanks, Chris. Let me just get this pulled up. All right, hello everyone. My name is Sarah Psiuntakis. I take care of admissions for the Williams Honors College. I look forward to sharing this information with you. Thanks for having me. Today I'm just going to go over a little bit about the application process, some of the advantages and the deadlines. We also have gone to a test optional cycle this year as well. So I'll talk to you a little bit about that as well. My contact information is here. Feel free to email me, call me anytime with any questions, concerns. Please pass it along to students. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. First, I thought it would be important just to highlight a little bit about the history of the Williams Honors College. So we were an honors program in 1975. We officially became a college within the university in 2005. And then in 2016, we officially became the Drs. Gary and Pamela Williams Honors College. Their generous gift has given us the opportunity to really support students and their goals here at the University of Akron. We have been able to send students on study abroad trips, support them in their research, and so many other opportunities. The Williams Honors College really prides itself on our community, and our students are very active on campus. They're academically focused, but they also want to give back to the UA community as well. So a little bit more about the admissions process. So honor students, prospective students are encouraged to go ahead and apply to the Williams Honors College through our supplemental application that is available on our website. So first, of course, apply to the University of Akron, and then go ahead and submit the supplemental application for the Williams Honors College. A very common question that I receive is, should a student wait to be admitted to the University of Akron before applying to the Williams Honors College? You know, I have a lot of students that like to just kind of check boxes. So if they would like to go ahead and apply to UA and complete that honors application shortly after, that is fine. I will just wait to see their acceptance come through the University of Akron first, and then notify the student of their acceptance to the Williams Honors College. So a little bit about the criteria and academic achievement for our students. As I mentioned, we are a holistic review process, and we are test optional for fall 2021. We typically look for a student's GPA at the 3.5 on a 4.0 scale, so an unweighted GPA, 27 ACT or 1280 SAT. On the application, there is a section where it says, would you like your application to be reviewed without a test score? The student can indicate yes or no. If a student, regardless if they submit a test score, we always are a holistic review process. So we're looking at their transcripts, their essays, their awards and achievements, and they can submit letters of recommendation, which they can do on the application. They can mail them to me, or if a teacher or a counselor would like to email them to me directly, that is acceptable as well. So students have had a lot of questions about this, about whether or not they're kind of on the fence, whether or not they want to submit their test score. And I've just been encouraging students to make the best decision for themselves. If they've got really strong transcripts, they've got great letters of recommendation, but they just haven't had the chance to retake their ACT, or their test dates have been canceled, then just do test optional. Our scholarship will be decided upon by GPA this year. So just things to keep in mind when discussing with students whether to be test optional or not. A little bit about deadlines. So January 4th, which is coming up, is our priority application deadline for prestigious scholarship consideration. So I'm really encouraging students and doing a push to get students to apply before January 4th so they can throw their hat in the ring for our prestigious scholarships. Our regular admission is April 1st deadline. Students will still receive an honors scholarship. They just won't be considered for our prestigious scholarships. And our confirmation deadline, is June 1st this year. We did push it back a month just to give some students some flexibility, as we all had to be flexible this past year. So a couple very frequently asked questions about acceptance letters and letters of recommendation. Acceptance letters are typically sent out about 3 to 4 weeks after they've applied and we've received all of their information. So if we're waiting on transcripts, that will push things back a little bit. Sometimes students will indicate that they're going to be submitting letters of recommendation. I might wait a little bit longer to submit that to the reviewers if we're waiting for letters of recommendation. So they will be emailed and they will be mailed as well. Mailing will be a little bit longer than when they receive the email. Letters of recommendation, like I mentioned, are 100% optional. And there is a spot on the application where you can upload those, you can mail them. And like I said, I can also pull them from the UA application if they submitted them through the Common App or just submitted them to the university. So a little bit about scholarships. So every admitted honor student is awarded an honor scholarship of $1,000 or $1,500 per academic year for 8 semesters. This is in addition to any other scholarships they've been awarded, such as the Akron Guarantee Scholarship or any type of department scholarship, community scholarship. So this is all in addition to. We have one very prestigious scholarship, which is the Buckingham Orr Honor Scholarship. It is a full ride, tuition and fees, room and board. It is for 8 semesters of the student's academic program. This is an interview process as well. So this does not have a additional application process. Their honor scholarship will qualify them to be considered for the scholarship as long as they apply before January 4th. Typically in the past, this is our very high achieving students, so 32 ACT and above, a 4.0. This year, it's going to look a little different just because we know so many of our students haven't been able to take the ACT or SAT. So we're navigating that a little bit differently. So that essay is really important. Letters of recommendation for this scholarship are going to be important, and transcripts. If there are students that you think should be considered for this scholarship, I encourage you please to send me an email. Let me know the situation if they haven't been able to take their ACT or SAT. I'm happy to put that forward to the committee and have that conversation. We also have a Muhlstein Housing Award, which a lot of students really appreciate this extra little scholarship to help towards housing. It's available for 2 years. This scholarship, again, does not have any type of additional application. Their honors application does suffice for this. Basically, we just ask students that if they're interested in living on campus, they're interested in this scholarship, to let their admissions counselor here at UA know or let me know, and I will put their application forward to the scholarship committee for review. So now we're going to shift gears more to the advantages of being an honor student. So of course, the honors academics is an important advantage of being an honor student. We have our own curriculum, which what we call is the honors distribution, and it's super flexible. So students are able to pick and choose those general education classes that they would like to take to either support their degree, or perhaps it's something that they're super interested in. Their CCP classes or their AP courses that they've taken in high school, of course, will come over to the distribution and satisfy certain requirements. The majority of my meetings with students are kind of just going over their transcripts, plugging in their CCP and AP work into the distribution, so that way they have an idea of what they're coming into and what areas are already satisfied. There are many students that come into honors as a freshman with many sections of their distribution satisfied too. So any way I can help support that process, please let me know. Honor students also are asked to take some honors sections of courses, and many departments around campus offers these honor sections. So like Intro to Psychology, English Comp 2. So that's a really nice benefit to be with other honors peers, and their courses is a little bit smaller, and they have a lot of academic freedom within those courses. Students can also turn any course that they would like into honors by contract, and that's a conversation with the faculty member on how that process works. Honor students are also asked to take honors colloquia. And these are 3 discussion-based classes, and they're fantastic courses. They have different topics. I've listed a couple here just as an example, but these are honors only, about 20 to 25 per course. They take them in any order, and it's just a really great mind-expanding course for them to have that opportunity to discuss with their peers, get to know other faculty members on campus, and it's a great opportunity for our honor students. I did make a note here. Students typically ask if there's some type of graduation GPA requirement, and it is a 3.4 to be a Williams Honor Scholar upon graduation. A little bit about research. So every honor student is asked to do some type of honors research project before they graduate. So many of our majors, such as engineering and business, have a capstone or a design project that they have to complete as a part of their degree that will satisfy their honors research project. But this is just a great way for students to really distinguish themselves, work closely with a faculty member. It's a great way to showcase themselves for graduate school or for their resume when they're off looking for a job after they graduate. We will support them through this process. And a lot of majors that aren't necessarily in the STEM field where research is kind of part of the job, some of the social sciences and humanities, they really do enjoy kind of diving into something in their area that they get to research and showcase. A little bit more about some of the advantages of being an honor student with orientation and advising. So our time starts with students, honor students at new student orientation. So they'll come in with us, we'll walk them through the distribution, all the requirements, and let them know that there are 2 advisors that each honor student has. So they'll have an honors advisor here within the Williams Honors College. She's here to help with the honors requirements, any type of research questions. If there's issues with scheduling, she's here to support you. We also, every student will have an honors faculty advisor that's assigned in your major. So there are two people that are working together, making sure that the students are staying on track, making sure that if they ever have any questions, if they have somebody to go to assist them. I would say that the biggest advantage that if you asked an honor student would be the priority registration for classes, which begins beginning of their spring semester, their freshman year. So these students are able to go in about a week before everyone else and schedule their classes, kind of craft their schedule the way that they would like to see it, especially for our engineers that have, a very tight schedule on what semester they have to take certain classes. This allows them to plug in those classes and build their schedule around the courses that they need to take each semester. A little bit about the honors experience. So we do have a beautiful honors complex here on campus. It's centrally located on campus. It's half residence hall, half academic. On the residence hall side, freshmen and sophomores typically live here on the honors complex. In the academic side, we have our offices. We have a beautiful common room space. We have a computer lab, and our offices and classrooms are also here. So it's a really nice central location for our students. Many of our students are able to just come right down the stairs, go to their classes downstairs. They are able to study in the common room. It's also very close to Rob's, which is the dining hall, so they're super close to everything that they need to on campus. We also have many student organizations here within the Williams Honors College. We have honors delegates, which is our admissions go-to students that help us with all different types of events and speakers. We have emerging leaders. We have Eureka, which is a very popular student organization within the Williams Honors College, which is for engineers, honors commuters. So we really are trying to engage our students. We'll create new opportunities for them and different student organizations as there's interest. So anything that they would like to start, we are happy to assist. Just a few other notes about how honor students can distinguish themselves. We always are trying to support them to study abroad, although we haven't been able to do that this year, unfortunately, but we often have funding for our students to get them to go study abroad. They often will sometimes satisfy a colloquia requirement, which is really nice. And it's just a great way for them to see the world and also earn their credits here in the Honors College and within their degree program. We try to bring in lots of different speakers through our Dream Series, speaker series, so the students can have small group settings with different people in their professional fields, leadership development opportunities, and so forth. And it's just a great way to bring alumni back too. We try to have them have that network experience as well. So that's all I have for you today. I have our contact information is listed here. So Dr. Dean Quinn is our acting dean of the Williams Honors College. Please feel free to ask him any questions that you may have. My information is here as well. And then our homepage for honors. There's a lot of information there. We have our brochures located there, a copy of the distribution. So if students are interested in just taking a peek of what the distribution requirements are, what they look like, it is available for you there as well. I appreciate you all, and I hope that this was helpful, and I'm sure I will be answering some of your questions here shortly.
Groovy. Thank you so much for sharing all that great info. Go ahead, if anyone does have a question that they need answered, either just general admission stuff or specifically with the Williams Honors College, please feel free to use the Q&A box, and we'll answer those live for you. I'm sure Corey has something silly to say, or maybe Ilario as well. Usually you can't keep them from talking. I see BCAP in there too, so please feel free, anyone, if you have a question that you need answered. We'll just wait a few moments to see if anyone has a question, and then we'll get those answered for you. I do know you too well, Corey. I'm still waiting for the first person to say, where are my Zippy cookies? I was surprised that hasn't been mentioned yet. I will send those to you virtually via email. Ilario with the fun dip comment. I love it, man. I might have an old packet around here somewhere. I was doing some spring cleaning earlier. Sounds like we did a great job of presenting. So I'm not seeing any questions come through. We'll wait a couple more seconds because just in case someone's typing a question. If you think of a question later on, again, please feel free to email us. We'll get you connected to either Sarah, or if you have a question, again, admissions related, I can answer that for you guys. If you don't have any questions, you're like, man, I'm just so busy right now, I got to get out of here, Chris. Please feel free to log off. That's all we have scheduled for you. But if you do have a question, again, please feel free to throw that in that Q&A box and we'll answer that as well. Be on the lookout for that email letting you know that the update has happened to the counselor webpage for this recording. If you need to share it with any colleagues, as well as the PDF PowerPoint of what I shared, which Sarah has shared, will be posted to there as well. And then in that bottom section of that email, again, will be the invites to the visit opportunities that are on the calendar already for the virtual opportunities, as well as those financial aid assistance. So again, please feel free to share those out with your parents if you're sending that through Naviance, or if you have a page that parents or students go to, or the Google Classrooms or anything like that. We would be happy to have all of the students and parents on campus, or at least sharing that. Great question. So if a student is attending a career center, do you look at a student's course selection based off of what is offered at the career center or what is offered at their home high school? Is that an honors related question? I don't know if that would affect anything with honors. For general admissions, we're just going to look at the GPA for acceptance and scholarships and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to assume more of an honors question.
And on the honors side of things, I think it would just be the same, and we would look at the GPA.
Cool. So I mean, yeah, with the holistic review, maybe if they were taking some extra classes that are a little bit more challenging, yeah, I'm not sure how that would affect anything, but GPA primarily, essay is going to be the main components. Sarah, would you be willing to share about how many Buckingham scholarships are chosen each year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So every year it ranges because it is an endowed scholarship. So the typical range is between 6 to 8. We typically ask about 40 to 50 students to campus for the interview. So that just, it's a highly competitive scholarship.
Yeah, everyone wants that full ride, right?
Yes.
What about would you be able to share about the Mulesteins? How many of those?
Yeah, so we have
I know that ranges a lot more.
Yeah, we have a lot of Mulesteins. So, gosh, I think last year we awarded maybe 50 to 60. Okay. So we have plenty of those to award.
Gotcha. So for students who do interview for the Buckingham, is there anything else that they could potentially receive in place of the Buckingham?
Mm-hmm. So we do have a very small handful of other endowed scholarships, and they range in amounts from year to year. So sometimes if a student comes to interview, we'll definitely give them some type of scholarship for participating in the interview process, and they'll all get a Mulestein for being here. But there's probably 10 other scholarships that we award, ranging from 1,000 to probably 4,000. And it just depends on the reviewers, and then, other situations based on like the description of each scholarship.
Yeah. So worst case, if you get that interview, right, like worst case scenarios, you already have your Akron Guarantee Scholarship offer, your honors scholarship, the Mulestein, maybe even another endowed on top of that.
Yep.
Not getting full, but you're still chipping away at that bill.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Corey, very much. Yes. Sarah's more important than I am. But that's not very hard to be more important than me. But you do have a window and I have a closet. So thank you, Corey. I was waiting for something from you, man. You never let me down. All right, so no other questions are popping up. If no one has another question, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules. Hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving and we'll have a great winter break. You're almost there, just a few more weeks, and then we can take a little bit of a reprieve here and then get right back at it in January. So again, thank you everyone for joining us. Be on the lookout for that email. Again, please feel free to share all that information with your students, parents, any Google Classrooms, that CBA speaker series. Would really like to get that off the ground and getting our College of Business folks engaged with the local community, but especially in this world where a lot of things are virtual, more than willing to do virtual appointments and do those via classrooms and all that kind of stuff. So have a great rest of the day. And of course, go Zips.